Hey guys, welcome back to another crocheting video. In this video today I am going to share something that I made, and it's really useful, especially for all my viewers out there that love to crochet and you know exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, I always had my pins in a little container like this, and I found it a lot easier to make one of these, and then that way I can just put my pins on my little hat here. So I will show you how to crochet this hat cushion for the pins. So the first thing that I am going to let you guys know are the materials that you will be using in order to make this project. The first thing that you will need is some yarn. You can use any kind of yarn of your choice. You can use the baby yarn or the red heart yarn. It's all up to you. You will also need some of these little decorations. I went to Michael's and I bought these for a bag of these for about $2, and it's assorted amount of flowers and ribbons, and that's exactly what I used to make these little cushion hats. You will also need a crochet needle. Now the crochet needle that I will be using today is a size G. So the thicker the needle, of course, the stitches are going to be a lot thicker. And if you use a thinner needle, then it's going to be a lot thinner. So today, I will be explaining to you how to make this. It only takes, it took me about 30 minutes the most to make this. So I know some of the people that I've seen, like my mother, she used to make these. She used to make like some kind of like make a cup down here, and then she would just go around it and start stitching it around. Well, I find it a lot better doing it this way, which I am going to show you guys on how to make this. So don't go anywhere, because I will be showing you how to make these really cute hats out of yarn. And these gifts would be great to give, especially for Mother's Day that's coming up, or just basically put it on in your sewing kit. If you have like a table and you have your sewing machine, you can put it right there on that little table, look really cute, and you can put all your pins there instead of leaving them around, and this will be the safest way to put your pins on this little hat. Okay, so I'll see you in a little bit and I will get this project going. To start making this project, first thing you're going to get is the yarn of your color of your choice. And once you have your yarn, you're going to make 100 chains. And when you make these chains, make them semi-loose, not too tight, not too loose, just in between, because you don't want the chains to get all wrinkly and you want them to lay normal and flat. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 100. Okay, when I have my 100 chains, I will meet you back. I just finished making my 100 chains. As you can see, the chains are not tight at all whatsoever. They're semi-loose. So now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to make half double crochets all along all these chains here. I'm going to go into every single chain all the way until I get to the end. So the first thing is, once you have your 100 chains, then you're going to go into the second chain from the hook. So this will be counted as one chain, and then this will be the second chain from the hook. You're going to wrap the yarn around your hook, go into the second chain, insert your needle into that chain, pull up a loop, wrap the yarn around the hook, and then you're going to pull through all the loops. Okay, so now you're going to go into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, and then go through all the chains. And you're going to make these stitches semi-loose like you did with your chains. And you're not going to skip any chains at all. You're going to go into that every single chain without missing a single chain at all. Okay, so just continue doing that. And with these hats that I made, you can use different colors if you like. There is some yarn that I found at the store that are the all in one color, like they have like the yellow and the blue and the green all mixed in. Those are actually really pretty to make. But if you decide to make, like for example in my case, I did the center part here in the color blue, and then for the ruffles I changed my color and I used the color yellow. So there's different options. You can make it all in one solid color, you can make it like rainbow colors. So there's many ways you can do these cute little cushion hats. Okay, so when you complete the first row of half double crochets, then I will meet you back, and then we'll continue on to the next row. And for this project, you're going to continue making the half double crochets from one end to the end, and you are going to make at least between 4 to 5 rows of half double crochets. And then once you do the half double crochets in your 4 to 5 rows, and then we're going to change the stitch a little bit because we're going to add the border all the way around. But don't worry, because I will explain that to you, because I know it sounds kind of confusing right now. But once we have the 4 to 5 rows of half double crochets, and then I'll come back and I'll explain to you exactly what I mean. Okay? I just finished completing my half double crochets all the way to the end. So now my next thing is I'm going to chain 2 to go on to the next row. Then I am going to turn my work, and then I'm going to continue making the half double crochets like we did in the first row. Now it's really important that you start in the first chain from the end here. So you are going to wrap the yarn around your hook, go into that chain, pull up the loop, wrap the yarn around the hook, and you're going to pull through all those loops. Then you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook, insert your needle in the next chain, pull up the loop, wrap the yarn around your hook, and then you're going to pull through all the loops. And it's really important that you start in that first chain from the end. That way you'll start having a straight edge. If you go into the next chain from the beginning here, and then you're going to see that the end is going to be kind of like crooked, and it's not going to have an even edge. So it's really important that you start in the first chain. Okay, so then you wrap the yarn around your hook, insert your needle in the next chain, pull up the loop, wrap the yarn around your hook, and pull through all the loops. This is a really simple stitch to make, but you also have the option of making other kinds of stitches. For example, you can do like the single crochet stitch, you can do the double crochet, or like in my case, I'm making the half double crochet. There's many ways you can do this project, so any stitch is okay. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of more times here so you kind of have an idea on how to make this half double crochet. And like I said, this project is a perfect project for all of you out there that are learning how to crochet, because the half double crochet is really easy to learn. Okay, I am going to continue going all the way to my end here, and then I'll meet you back. Okay guys, I am back, and I have completed my third row of half double crochets. So now I am going to add one more row of half double crochets. That way we can go on to the next step of the next thing that we need to do. So we came here to the corner, and now I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Then I am going to turn my work around. Then we're going to continue the same thing that we have been doing. I'm going to wrap the yarn around my hook, go into that first chain and pull up a loop, wrap the yarn around the hook, and then pull through all the loops. So this will be the last row of half double crochets that I will be making. And this repeats every single row of the same stitches. So there's nothing crazy about this. It's really simple. It's just a repetition of the same stitch. Just as long as you don't skip a chain, you're fine. Because otherwise, if you miss a chain, then your work is not going to look that great. So see how I'm making the stitches? They're not too tight, they're not loose, they're just perfect, you know? And that's exactly what we want. And if you guys are all into these crocheting ideas, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, because I have a lot of crocheting ideas that I will be posting here very soon. So it would really help me a lot if you guys subscribe to my channel, because I know a lot of my viewers enjoy crocheting as much as I do. I've been crocheting for so many years, since my daughter was a little baby, and now she's 15, so you kind of have an idea that I've been crocheting for so many years, and I'm still crocheting, because crocheting for me is one of the things that I really enjoy doing. And since I was a little girl, I always used to watch my mother crochet, and she had so much talent, so many ideas that she made. And now I'm doing the same thing that she did. And crocheting to me relaxes my mind. and it releases all the stress that a person can have. So crocheting is one of the things that I enjoy doing. So if you're like me and you want to learn more about crocheting tips, don't forget to subscribe and give it a like, and then share it with your friends, the ideas that I come up with. So I really appreciate you guys if you do that for me. Okay, so here I am almost halfway done. I just need to go a little bit more here to the end, and I'm going to meet you guys back, and then we'll continue from there. I have completed my 4 rows of half double crochets, and look at how this is turning out so far. It's perfect. It's not so tight. It just falls right in place. So now I have come here to the end, and now it's time to switch my colors. Now the next thing that we're going to be working on is we're going to work on the outer part of the half double crochets that I made here. So we're going to go along all the way around onto this side as well with a different color, and that's what I was explaining to you earlier. Here I started with the center. So in this case, this is the color blue that I used for this sample. And the one we are making together today, I'm using the color purple. But now, I found this color in all my yarns, and I found this really pretty color. It's a multicolor. This is what I was explaining to you earlier, that you can do this as well. You can use the border to be like a multicolor. You can use a single color. So let's see how this color will turn out with the combination of the purple that I started off with. So I cut a little piece of my yarn here, and now I am going to connect this color onto my purple. So let me cut here a little bit more, and now I'm just going to connect my new color to the purple. Okay, so I'm going to make sure to secure it really well. Okay, so now I just cut off these strands, and now we're going to work on the edge here. So once you have the yarn of your choice connected, then you're going to chain 1, and we're going to work on the side here first, and you're just going to insert your needle there, and then you're going to pull through all the loops. We're also doing the half double crochets here as well. So you're just going to insert your needle, pull up a loop, wrap the yarn around your hook, and then pull through all the loops. And then when you get to the corner, I always make a chain to go on to the next row. Okay, so there's my corner there. Now I'm going to turn my work, and then we're going to yarn over, insert your needle into that other chain, and then you're going to do a half double crochet. And the reason why I made a chain is because if you don't make the chain and you go into the next chain, this part here in the corner, it's gonna get all tight and wrinkled, and we don't want that to occur. Okay, so now I just continue making my half double crochets. I'm making these half double crochets semi-loose. Remember not to make them too tight. Okay, so this is how it's still, it's looking really pretty now. See how the combination of these colors with the purple looks really nice. Okay, this is how it's turning out. Okay, I am going to continue going around until I get to this point here, and then we're going to start making these ruffles that go along the little cushion. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, I just completed the edges here. As you can see, look at how beautiful it looks now. Now, I remember I told you in the beginning that depending on how many rows you have to make for this cushion. Now, if you're going to use a thicker yarn, as you can see, it starts expanding a little bit more. So maybe 4 rows would be perfect, and then you add your edges here. If you're going to use a baby yarn, like I did here, as you can see, it's a little bit thinner, the yarn. Okay, so now that I have completed here on my end, I am going to finish off with the last stitch, which I'm going to insert it here. Okay, so that completes the end of my project for this part. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to look. Now we're going to work on these ruffles here. So now I am going to make 2 chains again, so 1 and 2. Then I'm going to turn my work around, and then I'm going to wrap my yarn around my hook, and I'm going to go into that first chain from the end here, and I am going to make double crochets instead of half double crochets, because that's what we've been working on all this time. And I am going to make 5 double crochets all into that same chain. So that's 2 double crochets. This would be my 3rd double crochet. This is my 4th. And then I'm doing the last double crochet. Alright, so here I have my 5 double crochets. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once you have your 5 double crochets, then you're going to slip stitch into not this chain here, but the next one. Insert your needle wrap the yarn around your hook and you're going to pull through all the loops. So it should look like this. So there's one ruffle. Now you're going to skip this chain and go on to the next chain. And you're going to make 5 double crochets all into that same chain. Okay, so now you're going to slip stitch, and now you have your second ruffle. Now you're going to skip one chain and you're going to go into the next chain. And one more. Okay, so here I have my third ruffle, and now I'm going to go into the not the next chain, but the chain after that one. You're going to insert your needle and pull through all the loops. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to be looking so far. So we're going to make another ruffle, and then I'm going to show you how to roll this up, and then we'll know how many ruffles you will need to go around your little hat. And then once you know, then you can use one of those, you know, those a marker, like a pin marker where you can insert. You can use a safety pin as well to mark where you left off, or you can just use a piece of yarn. Okay, so here I have my 5 double crochets, and then I'm going to insert my needle not in the next chain but the following one after that one. Okay, so here are the ruffles, and then what I'm going to show you, this is a really interesting part. Okay, so we're gonna start from the end here, and we're going to roll up. You're gonna start rolling up here your work. And the reason why we have to do this before we complete the ruffles is because we want to know how many ruffles we need to make in order to complete the hat. Okay, so just continue wrapping it all the way around, making sure that as you start rolling it up, start pushing in here a little bit so they're even and they're not sticking out. Okay, so now we're coming here to the ruffle part, and then you can see that it's starting here to form, but we don't have enough ruffles yet. So once you place the hat on the table, you can see that we still need to have more ruffles around here. Okay, so we're going to undo this, and we're going to add some more ruffles. Okay, I have completed the ruffles here. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ruffles. So now that I have completed my ruffles, I'm going to cut a little piece of this yarn, and then I'm going to make a knot like that just to secure it. And then I just cut a little piece of this yarn off, and let me show you how this thing turned out. Okay, so you lay this on the table, and then you're going to start from the part where it does not have any ruffles whatsoever. Okay, so you never want to start with this first. You always start with the other end, so that then you just start rolling it up nice and slow, making sure that the ends are all even. If they start to come out here a little bit, just tuck them in on both sides. And just continue doing that all the way till the end. Okay, so this is the part that's really important to make sure that you get the ruffles right in the edge here. Okay, so just continue rolling it all the way to the end. As you can see, the yarn that I used today to show you guys how to make this is definitely thicker than this one here. This is a baby yarn, so it makes a big difference on that part. Okay, so now you lay your hat flat on the table, and then you can start fixing the ruffles here so they fall in place. So you just hold it like that here, and just go all the way around and make some adjustments. Okay, and then you fix the top, make it look flat. And then here is where we left off. So in order to prevent from all this from showing, you can either sew the knots here, or what I did is I kind of folded it here a little bit so that way it doesn't show. And then with those pins that I have here, I just put 1 or 2 in there just to hold it, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little decoration, and then I'm going to insert it in there. I think I need another needle. Okay, so we're going to put it right here on the top and just push it in. Okay, so there it is. Now I have the option to put flower, or you can use one of these little cute little ribbons. So I have a light purple and I have a beige. So you can either put one like this, or since we already used the color purple, you can also add a little detail and just add it to your little hat. So I think I'm going to put the purple one instead, because that would look so cute. So then I just put the ribbon there, and then with a pin I just put it right there in the middle, and then you just fix the ruffles if you like. And there it is. Isn't that a really cute project to make? Yeah, I think so. And then like I said, I mean, if you just want to put it around your house or in your room or in the bathroom, you can do that as well for a little decoration. So here I have my sample that I made first using the baby yarn. As you can see, this one's a lot smaller. It all depends on the yarn that you use. And this one is the one we made together. And this is a red heart yarn. It's a lot thicker, but either way, these two came out really cute. Aren't they precious? Okay, well guys, thank you very much for watching this video today. I hope my video was very helpful, it was useful, and I hope you guys take the time to make one of these little cute cushion pin holders. Let me know if you guys made one and let me know how it turned out. And anyways, if you are into crocheting and into cooking, that's what my channel is all about. Please subscribe, give it a like, and share this beautiful project that I made today with your friends. I will see you guys here very soon with more crocheting ideas that I am going to post here soon. Take care and enjoy, and I'll see you soon.